Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Modded Megaquarium, the Brutal Mode campaign. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So today I want to make a little bit of progress in the form of chrysal tanks. And I'm not actually going to use the regular kind of vanilla chrysal tanks. I actually want to start using the cylinder tanks. So if we come into here and have a look at the chrysal stuff that we have 4 creatures that we can actually house in these. And it looks like with the size of them we can put at least 2 in each one, apart from a purple striped jelly, which can only be on its own. It could go in with one of the others, but I like the symmetry of having 4 of these tanks. And it's these cylinder chrysal tanks, but we haven't used yet. We've used the rounder chrysal tank in a previous level, and we have used the vanilla chrysal tanks as well a few times within this playthrough. But I know we've had a look at them, but I don't think we've properly used these yet. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it over here. And I want to kind of mirror this this setup just a little bit. So I think what I want to do first of all is we'll actually have a look at the paints, and we'll bring this across so that this will come up like this. Now I'm not exactly sure where all of this is going to go yet, so I think the next thing we want to do is actually add in the tanks. So if we get 4 of these, if this is going to be the road, or now let's actually put them in properly. So if we have, say, a 2 gap between each side and a 3 gap between them, that will bring them out like that. And therefore the path, we need the paint again. If we bring this out to there, and then 1, 2, 3, and then this would be back there. Okay. And then this would come down this way. And so that gives us more or less where the path is going to be. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is actually going to end up as a fairly big area just for 4 tiny little tanks. That one's to come up to there, 1 more, and then all the way along like that. And then I think at this end as well, I'll want to have probably like that, and then a little seating area around here. I think will probably be best there. And what I was actually thinking maybe would be nice is something slightly different to this. So if we come back, and I believe it is all the way down here somewhere. Where's that floor we were using? Which one is it? It is... Ooh, I'm not sure. Ah, that's bad. I can't remember which colour floor we were using. It would be... It's not the charcoal. It's not balsa. It must be one of the... Oh, is it the abyss? This one. Yes, it is. Okay. Right, so yeah, we want the harbour side. I was thinking maybe about doing it like this. So we have this as a separate area. And then we have this coming out the other end of this. So we do that like that. And we'll put the tropical beach in so you can see this all the way through. Like that. And then we'd have these museum barriers. Where are they? They are around here somewhere. We'll do a search for them instead. museum. There you go. And then we'd have these. I quite like the idea of using these around the edges of these exhibits. I have actually thought about bringing them all the way along these so that people are actually kind of trapped onto the roadways, and that might be an idea that we try in the sandbox series to see if that works, because yeah, I think it would be an interesting idea to do. So you have these areas where people are basically forced into walking along these particular places where you want them to walk and nowhere else. It allows you to really cut down on the amount of free space that the people have to walk around in, and that can be really useful. It also blocks line of sight for things like the pumps and all of the staff areas, so you could actually have a staff area which was just blocked off by these museum barriers and not by the partitions, because so long as these people aren't directly next to one of these pumps, they don't get the debuff from them. So that's quite a nice thing to remember there. I think around these as well, maybe we do something slightly different, but maybe not. I actually think this is a bit too big an area for these. So if we put the other chrysal tanks in, let's do that, these other two, and if we put those there and there, and maybe we can put some like shell cat shelves and stuff around the edge, some benches maybe at the back there, and that'll be okay. So let's just have a look at the benches. Got some padded benches, and if we put those, say, around the back here, no, maybe right at the edge, and we can put one in the centre as well. Ooh, no we can't. Okay, that's... So if we put two of them like that and that, I think that's probably the best way. Just to get the symmetry sorted. And then one more padded bench. Just there. Okay, and we can put some palm trees around in the corners as well. So let's go for them. Palm tree there, palm tree there. Do I want them in the centre as well? Maybe. We'll put it in for now, see what we think. And then I think we'll also have stuff like the decor items. I quite like the idea of having a cannon in here, which will be facing down like that, with some barrels around as well. So we've got the TNT barrels right next to the cannon there. Probably not the best place for them in real life, but hey, never mind. And then at the other side here, I think we've got some good opportunity for, say like a pirate chest, I think would be quite nice. So we'll put that there. And maybe the canoe would be quite nice. And I know it juts out a bit. It is meant for being underwater, that. But let's see. The nets are quite nice as a little barrier. So I'm going to put those down. I'm going to move this like that and put that there. And maybe we even move that back into the corner there. Okay. Now these aren't actually going to give us any prestige as they are, I don't think, at least. It's just as decoration to make this place look nice. Now in these chrysal tanks we want to add the decorations into these. So I think each one of them will probably go in. Let's see, do any of these need rock? No, they don't actually need anything. So we can go for pretty much whatever we want. I'll go for at least one of these in each of them. And I want to have a look at the kelp as well, see if there's any other, like a large kelp. Is that going to be far too big? Yes it is. It's going to be ridiculously big. Regular kelp though actually won't fit in there. Okay, does regular stuff not work in here? Baby kelp. Oh. And then like tunnel kelp. Let's see if like long kelp, that does work. But that does stick out like crazy. So the long kelp is a bit too big. What about the tunnel kelp? Again, that sticks out. So we really want something a little bit lower than that. Like Kelp Forest, let's see what that is. It's small, it's okay, so I'll put that in there. And then, what was that? Was a Kelp Forest 3? Maybe we just go for something really nice and simple in this. Or we could go for... what else could we add in there? Let's just have a look at the vegetation. Something really small, basically, we want. Okay, let's go for... I've just been going just randomly on these now because there's not much else we actually need for this. I want to get Flicks cleaning up as high as we can. So what was I doing here? I think something like the small rock with kelp. So we've got something really, really small in there, so you can see what's in ever is in there really quite well. 3 lots of kelp and 1 big kind of rocky type thing in there as well. It gives us a nice amount of variation, at least with the heights and the sizes of the leaves and the different types of rocks we've got in there. So now we can add in the actual animals into here, and we'll do that whilst the game is paused. So we want moon jelly. We definitely want 2 of these because we want to be able to sell 1 of them off. Now of course these are going to need to be attached to a network as well. I believe all of these are cold. If we have a look in here, yes, they are all cold, so we're all on the same network, so that's fairly easy to work out. Now we need Pacific sea nettle. We can actually have 2 of these in, so we'll go for those in there. We want the Atlantic sea nettle. We'll have 2 of those in there. And we want the purple striped jelly. We'll have 1 of those in there. So now we want to have the pumping networks in place. So we're actually going to need 2 pumps because there's 4 in total here. But we can actually have them both nicely tucked into the corner here because they can... Oh, no, we can't. But we can actually attach them all together. But no, it would actually be better to bring this... Let's see, if we had it there it won't reach, if we had it there it would. Ooh, this is going to be a bit more difficult. What I might actually be better doing then is having them both here and... Ooh. Okay, I'm going to make use of a trick here. So we're going to have a neon tetra tank in the staff area here, just there. Maybe we should actually have it outside where people can actually use it. That'd probably be the best idea. But for now, we're going to put it there. And that will allow us to have an interim pump over here, right down at the back, just there, which will attach to this tank here and also to the tetra tank. So now we have a 0 size cold water tank just here. I think this is a really good trick if you have 2, if you're just using kind of 1 hot water network and 1 cold water network like I am, then if you have 2 tetra tanks next to each other, then they're really easy to daisy chain off because you can have 1 as hot water and 1 as cold water. It won't affect the tetras per sale inside the tanks, and it will mean that you can daisy chain other of these pumps off of them. So we'll do one there. Now we are going to need one more of these, aren't we? Unfortunately. So we'll do that. And then we will also want another. I'm going to actually keep it as a large pump, just so that we've got the symmetry basically. And then that will also attach to that. So now this is actually ready to open. I'm going to bring this up to this level here. I'm going to bring this road up to the wall here. Like that. But I do think we are going to put the museum barriers also up to the wall. Again, just to keep people locked in until we get other areas like this sorted out. And I think actually I'm going to try out my idea now and have people just come along this roadway here. So we're going to put all of these in, all the way along. Now, can people get out? Yes, they can, just here. So we're going to want something here to block them off. And that could actually be just another decor item. Something as simple as, for now at least, that, I believe. If we put that there, I don't think anyone can get out. So now we can drop these barriers. And actually drop them all the way along and open all of this thing up to there. And if we wanted, we could actually move these barriers all the way along to here and actually just delete that bin. And that will stop people from being able to get out, apart from maybe here. So I'm going to put one more in there. And so it'll force people to come in along this way. And I want to see what this does. Whether it's too difficult for pathfinding, that kind of thing. I don't know exactly how this is going to work. I also think I want to add in a few bins into this area here. Just so we don't have too much litter around. And then over here I was thinking about having another little gift shop area. Just over here. Maybe another little staff room, but we'll see. I think we can press play now and allow this to go on. We are going to need a lot of zooplankton for this though. So I am going to add in another zooplankton feeding station. It would be nice to add in a staff door somewhere into this, because it does mean that the staff are going to have to follow the same paths. It'd be nice to have one like this that the staff can actually walk through, but the customers can't. I might think about adding something like that in. Try and open up these areas a bit. So I'm going to put two of them there, see how this goes for a bit, and you can join me back in a minute. So all of these have now grown up. I've brought some food over here and extended this wall out. Added a staff door in, and I've also zoned off this area and added Kiki here in as a dedicated member of staff for this area. It's one of the only ways I could really get them to be fed every single day, guaranteed. So we've got that, and we've actually got the moon jelly grown up now. Now one problem with this entire setup that I have realised is that we're really limiting ourselves on the types of tanks we can use and the basically the styles of everything like this we can use, because I've essentially said now that all of this here is just wall, and that's all it can be, because we can't have any tanks here because nobody can actually get to them. They won't actually give us anything for the aquarium. So yeah, it's probably not the best idea to add all of this, and it is better just to let them kind of wander around and have these little areas as just kind of backdrop areas where it's nice and open and spaced out, and people have got nice little things to look at, but it's not this kind of hard set pathfinding route that they've had to follow. Because then we can actually open this up and have another tank in here if we want, if we do something like that. So I think we are actually going to find out what this message is. There's the last of them that's grown up. And yeah, we're going to open this up. So we're going to open it up there and here. I still like the idea of having just those little bits, and maybe this area here is closed off, so you can only get into it from each side. But all of this bit here I don't think should be blocked off like that. So on this side we've got this area a little blocked off here, and this side we've got it blocked off like this. But this means we can have this as a tank here, and we are going to need a tank because we were growing the moon jellies up for a reason, because they're needed for a quest. So I think I do want to use this area here. I want to grab probably a sunken corner tank is going to be the best, and we're going to build that up probably to the maximum size. Yeah, that is actually absolutely perfect. Because what we can do now is we can say we'll move all of these over here. We will delete all of this. We'll grab this tank, we'll put it into place just there. We'll add a staff door in there. We'll have this like that, so it's still easily accessible into this area here. One more museum barrier there. Now when we expand out this way, we may want to put another corner tank in on this side. What size is this? 150. Nice size tank. So now we can put in a platform and a stairs down, and we can even have this staff door here, and it wouldn't make a difference because this can actually come across like that. And now in here, what we can do is come into the message log. We have the southern stingray here. These are warm water, there's 2 of them. So we're going to be up to size 80, but they're not active swimmers. I thought they would be active swimmers. And I've got 3 moon jellies here. Number 1 and number 2 have grown up. So we can move number 1 into here. And then we can move these 2 straight into their new home just over here. This is going to need to be on the warm water network now. So what we can do again, I suppose we don't actually need to because we have a tank here. And will this reach? Yes, it will actually reach without us needing to do anything. All of the stuff is the filtration is fine as well, because we have these uber skimmers and these uber filters now. So all the filtration needs are still fine. Everything's still working. We just need to prettify this tank here. So let's have a look what we can do for that. They don't actually look like they need anything, but I will put some sand eels and some supplement down here for them. So I believe we have some stuff further down which we haven't really used yet, like this pillar coral orange. Let's put some of that in. So let's scroll down again and let's see what we have available. Because all of this stuff down at the bottom kind of gets a little bit lost sometimes, which is a shame. So I want to try and put some of these backgrounds in. So we have 6.5, 6.6 and 6.7. So let's see what these are. So if we go for one of them there, come back into the same menu, 6.6. If we put that one there, 6.7. Put that one there, and what's 6.8? No, we'll go for this one here. Let's just see, make sure it's the right way round. Okay, now let's have a look what this actually looks like from ground level. It's okay, it's a bit uniform. It is a little bit uniform. It's okay, it's not great. We'll put some nice stuff in the centre of it here. Oh, this is really laggy now coming out of first person mode. I believe it's because of all the mods that we've got in. Oh yes, between episodes, I was talking last episode about the first person mode being very, very slow. So I've actually changed it. So we come back down into first person mode. And you can see we're actually moving around much, much quicker now. It's twice as fast as it was before. And I've also managed to add in a sprint mode. So we've got this just as normal walking around, which I think is a much more natural walking pace. But now if I press left alt, you can see we go twice as fast again. So we can actually zoom around the areas. And then when we come to an area where we want to view, we can slow it back down again, back down to that speed. I'm also thinking about putting in another key control to halve the speed back down to the slow speed it was before, so you can really walk slowly around this area as well. This is kind of a brisk pace, but I think it's okay for walking around. I think it's a lot better than the kind of vanilla game allows you to go. And then the sprinting is obviously really nice for going around large aquariums like this. So that's a couple of the little changes I've made to the actual source code of the game for this. This is stuff that I will not be releasing, by the way, because I am making changes to proprietary or copyrighted code. So I can do that for myself, but I can't do it and release it for anybody else. So just before anybody asks me to release something like that as a mod, it's not possible to release anything like this as a mod. It's just changes for my game, but it does mean that every single game that I play will be absolutely unique on YouTube. So because we've got these changes that nobody else can have, basically, unless they know how to do it, and then they can make the changes themselves. So we want to add in a couple more things. So that was a complete segue. I'm terrible at just going off on side tangents and not doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing. I'm sorry. I'll try to be better. So let's something like this is going to be far too big. So instead, I think the small... Wow, why did it do that? No, in fact, I'm going to put some nice colourful stuff in at the bottom here, with even some asparagus weed as well. Come on, go to the right menus. Some asparagus weed down at the bottom, and a couple of little rocks. Right menu. The live rocks, I think. There we go. Okay. That's really quite nice. I do like that. And the stingrays should be fairly nice, fairly happy in that. So now we do need some, the sand eels and supplement. Okay, yeah. Once you come back out of the first player mode, it is really, really laggy, especially going into the menus. I think it's got something to do because the first person takes the GUI away, and then when you come back out of first person, it has to renew all of this GUI, and I think that's the reason why it's so laggy afterwards. So between cuts, I may actually end up totally resetting the game. Well, restarting the game, and that should solve that issue. But there we go. We have the actual the stingrays in now. We have all of the moon jellies and all of the different types of chrysal tank jellyfish in, and I believe that is all of the different quests that we have available, which have been finished. Delete that one as well. Yes, it is. Wonderful. So I think that's probably a good place to leave it for today. We've opened up an entire new area of the aquarium. I think between episodes I'm going to do some of the grind. I might try and get us up to rank 10 so we can continue some more of these missions that we get each level next episode. And I think I also might want to have a look at the overall look and feel of this aquarium. It's getting a little bit awkward to know where to put new stuff in. We've got these two avenues coming up here, but where are we going to go after that, and what are we going to do with this area? So I want to have a big think about the layout and what I want the layout to be eventually. If you have any ideas about that, please let me know down in the comments. I'm always up for listening to ideas about how to lay out the aquariums. If you have any like screenshots of places or big aquariums that you've done, what did you do in your level 10? That kind of stuff for your Megalopolis level. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will. See you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.